Grace to you, Swift Turning Lane podcasters. Thank you for coming back and sharing and listening and commenting on our stories. And as we actually get deeper into our stories right now, it's going to be very, very interesting how we dig a little bit deeper. And I'm going to do a recap of my story coming from my 20s going into my 30s. And I will give it all to Tracy and tell her story from the age of 31 to 35. But before that, I want to recap and just say the stuff I've been through so far. You experienced me going through a couple of engagements, and then I finally went through my first marriage, and it was something serious going through my first marriage. So as transitioned out of that marriage, and number one, you gotta understand what happened. I'm expelled. You can say expelled or expunged from the church, and my marriage just dissolved. My first marriage just dissolved, and now I'm about to go back into the world as a divorced man. And so before then, the stuff I've learned, dealing with uh, the psychological side of it, it was very, very difficult, but it was also encouraging. And so that's what I want to say to the young men out there. If you go through a divorce, it's not the end all be all. Yes, we don't want to be divorced, especially as Christian men, because we all know how God feel about that. But going through that process, I have to remember God's promises in God's word, such as the one he give it in James 1. James 1, he says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Now, you have to understand that you're going to be tested of your faith. And number one, our hearts are what Christ says evil. And then not only that, we have an evil enemy who's invisible. Demons is Satan. And we also have where those are trying to just demolish and damage any marriage that is glorifying Christ and glorifying God, especially with believers. Um, and also, what that is, we just can't stay right there and just be in our pity mode. We have to constantly remember God's word. Also, in James said, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which as God has promised to those who love Him." And so, with that, we have to understand this steadfastness is you're going to be tested, you're going to be tried, and it's to swift turning lane to you like this. It's swift turning lane to not just perfection. God wants holiness. And that's where we have to remember what's his agenda for us as believers. He said, be holy because I am holy. And so that's where, even though I'm a divorced man at this time, I had to remember the stake I'm in right now in life because I have a son. Now I'm divorced. And so as I'm going through this, a year later, I'm single. I'm actually I consecrated myself, but then for a little while, not even a year yet, and I'm thinking I'm healed, but now I'm starting to okay, I'm in my young 30s. I'm 31, 32, approaching 33, and I want to be married. Lord, I want to be married. Yes, it's not time. So I went out there on my own initiative, started dating, and I came up on my second wife. Woo wee! What a story. But that is to be continued. So now I switched this segment to my lovely co-host, Miss Tracy L. Swift, and so she can tell her story from the ages of 31 to 35. Tracy,
Hey, bro. I like how you swiftly turned that lane right over to me.
oh, you're right.
Okay. How y'all doing? Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. We sure do appreciate y'all joining in, showing us love and support as we share our personal life stories and experiences, which is not easy, but we're here to continue to heal ourselves and help other people heal as well, and to let other people know that they're not alone in their journey. So with that being said, please share, like, comment, follow, subscribe, DM us if you have questions. If there's ever a question or anything that you would like to know, feel free to send us a message. If you want to be on the podcast, DM us and let us know that you would love to share your story with the world so you can continue to heal yourself and heal others. But let's get into 31 and 35 about me, Miss Swift.
Uh-oh.
So, I left off talking about, I put myself on sugar baby sites. And I was prostituting myself out via conversation, mostly at this time. It was just conversation, no sexual acts. And so 31, 35, I was into women at this time. I no longer date women because I'm trying to be up there in the pearly gates.
Right.
I'm trying to be up there in the pearly gates, okay? So right. I was right. In the Bible, Jesus said you might as well die. I don't want to die.
Hey, you remember that scripture I read in Romans?
That's why I said you might as well already be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So at this time, 31, I started dealing with this Asian mixed girl. She was Asian and Mexican mix. And she put me on to a lot of high profile Caucasian men in the industry, movie industry, working for Sony producers, executives. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I was getting just to go on an actual date, sit for dinner, $300, $400.
Ooh.
This is 2014, 13, 14, okay? I'm getting $300, $400 just to go on dinner dates, lunch dates. No sexual activity, but at the same time, I am still prostituting myself out. That's still a form of prostitution for some coin. And so, she started putting me on all different kind of, Caucasian men. And so at this time, me and her, you know what I'm saying? We got sugar daddies, they know each other, and so getting money. I was not working. I did not have a job. Not to say I couldn't get a job. I just didn't have one because the money, it's like, well, I'm going to go to work. Why would I go to work when I can go to lunch 2 times a day and get $600 to $800?
Wow.
Just to sit there and be cute and pretty. And, have people stare at me.
People still had that same, not people, women still had that same mentality today, you think?
Of course. Yeah, but now they're selling their vagina. They're giving a pussy. Excuse my vulgarness, I'm so sorry.
No, you good.
But yes, women are giving up their private parts for a bag, for a trip, for $100 when the mouth gab got me everything without having to give up any body parts.
Good.
Not to say it's right, because none of it's right. None of it is right. All of it was wrong. Living a sinful life. And so, me and this girl, on top of me and her, so me and her would fool around in front of, whoever. Like, oh shit, we already messed with each other. That's what they want to see. Cool, let's go get this money. I'm still single this whole time. 2014, I started talking to this guy, and we was talking heavy. We met on Instagram. We met via Instagram.
That's when Instagram first came out, then.
Yes, it was.
Around that time.
Yes, I was working. Okay, I take that back. I was working as a assistant manager / scheduler for this healthcare company. And but I was literally, I felt like I wasn't working because it was, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I knew everything I was doing at work, and plus I was still able to, hey, I'll be back.
Right.
And then I worked in Westwood at the time, so it's all at the time where my sugar daddies were, because that's where the money is.
Got it. Gotcha.
So, you know, I tell my boss, hey, I'll be back. I got to go run an errand. Well, I go have lunch with a date. I'm picking up $300, $400. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that was happening. And so I met him, and I was honest with him. Hey, look, this is what I got going on. This is what I do. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't want anybody to feel left in the dark if something ever surfaces.
Gotcha.
You know? So this should have been a red flag for me, because he didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Wow.
That should have been a red flag. So my 32nd birthday is coming up. I fly out to Atlanta. I spend, I think, maybe 2 weeks out there.
Okay.
2 weeks out there.
ATL, shouted.
Exactly. And so, me and him start dating. I would fly out. Now listen to this. I would fly out once a month and be there for a whole week.
Wow.
Tell me where the money comes from. Flying out once a month. Okay?
From him.
No, it was coming from me.
Oh.
Everything I did was on my dime.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hold on, Trey. I don't know what's going on. It's blurry now.
I'm blurry.
Yeah. We might have to start this over. Yeah, you blurry now.
And you froze.
Yeah. That means if both of us messed up, then yeah.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. Once again, this show is about us sharing our personal stories and our experiences, what we have been through in life. Hopefully, anyone out there can relate to it. This is a healing process for us, and it's also a way for you to heal as well and be comfortable and free to talk about what you've been through. So we would appreciate it if you subscribe, like, share, comment, DM us if you have any questions, or if you would like to join our podcast and share your story. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you guys. So today I'm getting into my life from the age of 31 to 35. When we left off last time, I was talking about I put myself on sugar baby sites or sugar daddy sites, however you want to sum it up. And you know, I was talking to people and they were just sending me money. I haven't been on no dates, none of that. And I want to address this. It is not okay to prostitute yourself out. I don't care if it's conversation. I don't care if it's sex. I do not care. It is a form of prostitution for the almighty dollar. And you will have to pay for it at some point in your life. So, moving on. At the age of 31, still single. It was this girl that I was dealing with, an Asian, half Mexican chick, and she put me on to some real high profile people in Hollywood and Los Angeles, producers for Sony, just all different kind of things. So we was getting money. We were going on lunch days, $300, $400. Yeah, still no sex involved, but I am still prostituting myself out for money.
Mm-hmm.
And it does come to a point where one of these high profilers wants, a little extra, okay? And we provided the extra.
Sounds interesting.
Yes. Her and I fooled around. That was the first time, and then like the first few times, that's all, that person wants the, we get money. Here you go, here you go. All right, cool.
That's the goal, get money, huh?
Yeah, that was the goal, to get money. Like, and so that's what we did for a cool minute. And her and I, like, we was just, hey, we in Newport Beach. Hey, we in Laguna Beach. Hey, we in Westwood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, we was getting it. Like, our days was, what are we doing today? Where are we gonna go eat? When we're shopping, blah, blah, blah. And so, finally meet this fella, and we started talking. We met on Instagram. We're gonna call him Atlanta. And we started talking and everything, dealing with each other. And I'm still 31, 2014. I turned 32 April. So my birthday was coming up, and I was like, I'm gonna fly out and we can hang out. You know what I'm saying? And do the thing, whatever. So I flew out. I think I stayed for about a week or two, and had a great time. Had a great old time. Showed me around. We ate good. We had great sex. All of the things. I was living a very simple life. Okay, not proud of it, but that's what I was doing. So I wanted to be open and honest with him about what I had going on. So I shared with him, like, hey, look, you want to call them sugar daddies, tricks, whatever the term you feel that you want to call them. I would.
Did you find him on this site?
No, me and him came across each other on Instagram.
Instagram, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, we're dating. I told him, hey, this is how an extra way, because I had a job. This is the extra way that I get money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here, doing nothing like that. I have, though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, that's cool. Red flag here is he didn't say, well, since we're talking, let's stop. He asked me, how much do I be getting? I didn't pay attention to the red flag. Because obviously Tracy was looking for love in all the wrong places. So I didn't pay it no mind. So me and this man dealing with each other. 32 passed by. I'm flying out every month, staying for a week. Like I said, we having sex, we having a great time, eating good, blah blah blah. It gets to a point where he goes, well, do you think about moving to Atlanta so we no longer have to be long distance? I'm like, all right. So now, mind you, 2014, 2015, we're long distance. And I'm going to Atlanta every month for a week or two at a time.
Wow.
Right. Also, that was majority on me. Majority of it was all on me.
And y'all wasn't married or anything?
No, nothing. We weren't nothing. Okay? Yeah. Just living a simple life.
Yeah.
So, 2016 come around, 34. Moved to Atlanta. Working. I got a job. But I'm also doing the same thing as having a sugar daddy, being a sugar baby, or having tricks, whatever you want to call it, because he was cool with this. Because again, he was benefiting from me doing this.
Right. In multiple ways. Yeah.
In multiple ways. You saw the evidence.
Yeah.
Don't do me like that. We listen and we don't judge. So, so, you know, I'm going on dates in Atlanta. I'm getting $2,000 for dinner dates.
Wow.
$1,500 for dinner dates. You see what I'm saying? So he's looking at it like, this bitch is bringing in money and ain't doing nothing funny. You know, ain't doing nothing strange for a piece of change. Just a conversation, and you know what I'm saying? Granted, I ain't gonna lie, my clientele were Caucasians.
Okay.
Because that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with nothing else. I ain't got time. You got problems. No. So, you know, all that's happening. So me and this man is in this relationship. We had a big fight one time. Because the rule was I wouldn't drink if I went on dates with any of these people. And I had a glass of wine, and I lied about it. You know what I'm saying? And we got in a big argument. I'm driving. He chokes me.
He choked you while you was driving?
Yeah, while I was driving. Yes.
So he
on the 400.
He's trying to make y'all have an accident and kill both of y'all, ain't he?
Oh, I told him, I said, I will ram this car into the wall and kill you, nigga. Get your hands off of me.
Wow.
And all you know, this is just the hand slightly moves away. Don't play with me, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? At this time, Tracy was very unhealed. Even though I've had therapy, all this, I was still filled with anger and rage, hate, lust for money, because that was my lust. My lust was for money.
Hey, I get it.
My lust wasn't for sex. My lust was, man, I'm getting this money. I can go do whatever I want to, travel, pick up and go, nothing. Because I've been on my own since I was 16. So in my brain, it'll always, I got to get this money. I got to make sure, and this is taken care of, right? So, still doing all of that. 2017 come, we get a real big argument, real big fight. That nigga buys me a plane ticket, go back home. Yeah, buys me a plane ticket. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go back home. Like, don't threaten me with a good time. You ain't hurt my feelings not one bit. So I fly back to California, 2017. Literally, the day I'm on the plane flying back, I miss you. I wish you would have never left. And I wish you was, nigga, you bought the plane ticket.
Yeah.
You drove me to the airport. Huh?
Well, he's trying to gaslight you, ain't he?
Oh. He was a master manipulator, super narcissistic, and he knew how to play the strings. He knew how to.
Did you just say stupid narcissistic? Stupid narcissistic? What you say?
Huh?
You said stupid narcissistic.
I don't know what I said. No, I say he was a master.
Yeah.
Yeah, a master manipulator, a super narcissistic. That's what
I got you. Okay.
Yes. Like, completely, like, that man had it to a T. And, like, I was just like, nigga, this is your life, to manipulate women to get what you want. And I saw all the red flags. But like I said, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And I left him. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you why. Out of all the relationships I was in, he was the only one to broaden my horizons in regards to books, literature, art, music, and traveling. So in my brain, it's like, okay, I wasn't getting this before from any of my other relationships. You know what I'm saying? I take that back. My very first boyfriend, he taught me about traveling and the luxury because he had powerboats and all that. So I did know about luxury. But as far as somebody educating me and elevating my mind, I didn't have that. So that's what kept me, because it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So, that's why I held on. Got back to California. It might have been like 2-3 months have passed by. If that. When you come to see me, when you coming back, blah, 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 I miss you, I love you, and blah, 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 blah.
And let me guess, you came back.
Of course, I go for the okie doke every single time. Okay? Every single time. So, I didn't move back to Atlanta though. So 2017 passed on by. I lived in California the rest. I got back to California in February of 2017. I didn't leave California to go back to Atlanta. Stayed in California, was working for a production company that did short films and stuff like that. Then 2018 came. Before 2018 came, found out my mom, she has heart disease. Found out 3 of her valves had started reverse leaking. So, in anybody's head, and I worked in healthcare for a very long time, 3 valves reverse leaking. That ain't good.
Oh, yeah, it don't sound good.
Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? You get too angry, you overworked, you could die. You see what I'm saying? So I moved to Mississippi in January 18th, 2018.
Okay.
So I'm still 35. Move here, take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Paying all her bills, all that good stuff. When I first got here, I started working for as a property manager out in South Jackson, managing the Jackson Square off of Terry Road.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked there, had tenants, the property was worth $1.5 million when I got there. I brought it up to $10 million worth of value. Exactly. But I had to leave that job because I was being sexually harassed by different employees / the owner as well. So I was like, yeah, I got to go because I don't like that.
Especially with all the stuff you've been through.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. Like, the owner invited me to California to meet the team, and I met the team. And then he invited me to dinner with his family. He asked me to come sit next to him. His wife is on the side of him. Now, mind you, it's his wife, him, her parents, his parents, and their children. And me. I'm like, what's happening? I ain't in the poly life. So he asked me to sit next to him. At the time, I didn't mind because I didn't know, what was about to happen. That man tried to feed me from his fork into my mouth. That was the draw for me. And then everybody just sitting there like this. I was like, this ain't normal. I don't know if you're trying to make me another wife, but no. So at the time, my mom was still working at St. Dominic's. She knew a lot of people. So the VP created a job for me at St. Dominic's. They already had the position filled for an HR assistant. He created one. He was like, it's going to be temporary. He said, but you could get your foot in the door with this and apply to other jobs inside of St. Dominic's.
That's true.
So I was working, as HR assistant in the main HR office off Frontage Road. And it was doing good. Until September 18th. Now, I'm 36 at this time. April passed, I turned 36. So September 8th came, and I was at a homegirl house. You know, we drinking and smoking, and I had a friend who was having a listening party, literally less than 3 minutes away. I didn't want to go to Free Lounge where the performance was because my mama scared me about Free Lounge. Oh, they be shooting up there, girl. So many people dying. Oh. That's what she said. I don't know why I listen to the lady that don't even get outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, in my brain, I'm like, kill two birds with one stone. You came to hang out with your homegirl, you know what I'm saying? On my way there, they had a checkpoint. So I was like, oh shit, I've been right here. So as soon as I get to my homeboy house where he having a listening party, that's all different kind of people in there. You know what I'm saying? You know, drinking and smoking and listening to the music. I said, hey, I'm lit. I need to go rest somewhere so I could sober up before I drive home because it's a checkpoint out there.
Yeah.
He said, cool. He said, I'm going to lock you in my room. He said, can't nobody get in but me, so you know you're safe. He locked me in his room.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think I was asleep for 30 minutes. I felt a sharp pain in my leg. So I have delayed pain. So I don't feel pain right away like most people. So I felt like a sharp pinch. Then when I woke up, on fire. Dust. And when I say it was non-stop, at this time, I can't move. Nigga, my lower back is not moving. Oh my God. This happened. And then it's dark, so I'm really panicking because I'm in a dark room. I can't move, and I'm hearing gunfire. I had to literally, like, my lower half was paralyzed. Couldn't feel nothing. I had to throw myself onto the floor. So just imagine you on a high bed. Like, you know, the ones where you have to lift up and...
Yeah, that's how big, like
high.
Big Mama. Big Mama.
Yeah, like Big Mama bed. Yes.
Yeah.
When I tell you, when that happened, I had to throw myself off, I fell on my face. Felt like I broke my nose, and I didn't, but it felt like I broke my nose. You know what I'm saying? Because I went face down, reaching for my bag. 911 instantly because I can't move. Call the police. Gunfire. I don't know what's happening. I can't move my lower half. I feel like I'm paralyzed. I don't know what's going on. I had to call 911 4 times before they showed up.
Wow.
4 times before they showed up. Now, I am not the only one that got shot. Everybody in the house got shot. 1 person died.
Wow.
The ambulance sat in front of the house for 45 minutes before they dispersed and took us to the hospital. So he died because, of course, I know they have to, you know what I'm saying, stable him and all that. For 45 minutes to stabilize somebody, you could have probably saved his life. They asked me what hospital I want to go to. I said, your best trauma unit.
UMC?
Exactly. So I was like, can you hand me my phone? Let me call my friend so she can go to my mama house and be like, hey, this happened to Tracy. So I called my friend. I said, hey, I was shot. She said, Tracy, stop playing on my phone. This is the one I just left. I said, I'm not playing on your phone. I'm dead serious. Would you like to speak to the EMT?
Wow.
Yeah, they had to. Let me rewind. When they came and got me out the house, they couldn't even put me on a gurney because I was bleeding so much. They had to wrap me in a sheet and carry me out.
And where was this located? The shooting located?
South, right down the street from where I worked on Terry Road, off of Key Street.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wow.
So in my head, I worked down there. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I understand no matter where you go, you're going to have bad apples. You're going to have good apples. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid of going anywhere. You know, and plus I came from Los Angeles, okay? Mm-hmm. So, you know, my brain, and plus, like I said, I worked out there. You know? So when you went to UMC, police never talked to me. Never came to see me, never gave a statement, nothing.
Wow.
Yep, so I was in the hospital until November. I had 7 surgeries. And I'm going to stop right there.
That's deep. Man, oh, man. Let me, well, first, I've never been shot. Never seen anyone shot. But just hearing your story, I tried to put myself as a listening audience, as the listening audience hear it, put myself in that position and imagine what does that look like, or what is the feeling of being shot. And I don't want to know that feeling, you know.
So don't.
Yeah, but just it's like in a movie when you see somebody get shot up and they die. It's a movie, but this is real life in your case. And yes, I know what South Jackson is. Yes, I know what UMC is. Yes, I can understand the ambulance being 45 minutes late.
Right.
And then
Right.
oh man, just let's pick it back just a couple minutes. Just let's go back to the setting. So you was in a room trying to get some rest, right?
Sober up.
Yeah, sober up. So he locked you in there, right?
So that nobody else from the listening party could come in, and I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And so you was laying on the bed. And next thing you know, you hear shots.
I didn't hear nothing at first. I just felt a sharp pain.
Oh, you just felt a sharp pain. That's right.
That's all I did was felt a sharp pain. And then when I came to, because that's what woke me up, the sharp pain. Then when I came to, I was like, ah. Let me tell you, they shot in a wave. So it didn't matter who was in there. They wanted to kill everybody.
Oh, so they were just spraying like that.
In a wave. You know how in a wave?
Yeah.
72 shell casings.
72. They had a target on somebody.
72 shell casings. 3 different guns.
Wow.
I got shot with an AK-47.
So we're gonna stop right there. Is it okay to show some pictures?
Yeah, absolutely. You can show. I sent them to you. So
yeah,
absolutely.
So very sensitive moment for you at that particular time. And you talking about dealing with not just your not just your leg, even though your leg was shot. You talking about you lost a lot of blood. Well, it could.
Yeah, I lost a whole lot of blood. I had to have a blood transfusion. You know how when your mama said, "I'm gonna beat you to the white meat." Oh, you saw my white meat. You saw my bone, everything.
Yeah. You see bone, tissue, blood vessels.
Yeah, I had to every surgery. Yeah. Literally after every surgery, they put a wound vac on. And if anybody has ever been shot, you know what a wound vac feels like.
Okay.
It's excruciating.
Okay.
Excruciating.
Wow.
That's why I don't understand how people still be out here gang banging, getting shot multiple times. You crazy.
So yeah, we're gonna stop right there. And the last episode for you personally will be
36 to now.
Correct. Yes,
sir.
All right, and we are concluded from there. Very interesting story, very graphic. It caught my attention. I know it's gonna catch a lot of people's attention. Just seeing your journey. Remember, from childhood and all the drama and trauma you've been through, all the way up to the age of 36. At this particular time, which I believe is around 2018. All right.
Yes, September 18th, 2018, to be exact when this happened.
Okay. Wow. And so, wow, it's a great story. Thank you so much for sharing, Tracy. But we will conclude right there. Swift Turning Lane podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Tracy L. Swift. Thank you so much, everyone. And we out.